You grab that microphone right there, brother. Yes, sir.
It's kind of hard to say anything about Tony without understanding what a great musician that he was. He was as good a musician as the city has probably ever produced. Some of the guys that have never played with Tony that saw him have continually in the last year have talked about how much they missed the chance of ever getting to play with him. And guys like Jack and Doug and everybody that got to play with him on a regular basis were very, very blessed. But more important is the fact that Tony was just such a great human being. He was a great guy. He had such a great Christian belief and spirit in him, and that's what guided him. I think most people don't know that there was a time in Tony's life when he was playing with a guy named Kevin Stewart, and they were playing in Chicago, and Tony would get on the train and go all the way from Chicago to get back to Memphis, making the connections so he could go to church and play in his church on Sunday. And I think most people don't know. I mean, Tony would literally, he would sub out on Saturday night so he could leave a day early to get back so he could play church every Sunday. And I think that is a real testament to the kind of man and a person that he was. And it's just hard not to understand that he's been gone a year, and I think there's not anybody in this room that doesn't miss him every day and doesn't think about him every day, because he blessed and he enriched all of our lives, and he'll never be gone from us. It sort of reminds me of a documentary I saw about George Harrison recently, and when Roy Orbison died, George Harrison called Tom Petty and said he's still around. He'll be okay. He's still around. And that's how I feel about Tony. Tony is still around. He's still here. He's with us all every time that we get together and every time that we hug each other. And I just know that I'm blessed that I got to know Tony Black.
Thank you, Steve. You're an awesome man, brother. Tony loved you with all his heart.